Hello everyone. This position is about the double function of a bishop in the endgame. Let's see how it goes. So what is the double function? I will show you soon. The thing is the bishop will be stopping the pawn from getting promoted, and also it will be taking away some key square from the opponent's king. So let's see. The only way to win the game is to play the pawn to g5. Like let him capture, give up a pawn, and now we play king to g4 to attack this pawn. Now he will try to attack your pawn. He will say, no, you can't capture my pawn because I will take this and this will be a draw. So you have to play something like pawn g3. The king is protecting, and now what he can play? Let's say he try to again play king to g2. He's saying, okay, still you can't capture my pawn because the g3 is hanging. So what you have to do here, you have to give a waiting move for with the bishop. The bishop will simply come to a2, stopping the pawn, and also now the only moves left for the king is to play something like, for the black is to play the king or to play the g6. Let's say if we play the g6. Now again we simply give a waiting move with the bishop. Let's say not with the intention of capturing the pawn, but to like ask black to play something here. Let's say if he tries to play something, okay, pawn, if the pawn is getting pushed, we will simply capture, and now the problem of bishop is sorted out. Let's say if he tries to play king f2. Now what we do, we play bishop to d5, takes away this square. Now again, if the king has to be, if the pawn is pushed, then we will capture the pawn, and if the king is getting played, then we will simply capture this pawn now. And now again he will try to attack. Now what we do, remember not to play the pawn to g4 again, because this will lead to a draw, because now there is no, we don't have a dark square bishop to take the control. So once the king comes here, he will simply go here and here. You will never be able to capture this pawn because this pawn will be always hanging. And now the thing is, the move that you have to play here is to just play the king to simply back to g4, and now this is completely winning. What he will do, let's say if he tries to push the pawn, again you have to give a waiting move with the bishop. Just you play this move, or you can simply play something like, bishop on this diagonal only. If the king comes here, now it's time to play the bishop in front of the pawn, forcing the king to move, and the king will move anywhere. Let's say f2, and now you take away the g2 square because it's a light square with the bishop. And now what he will play, if he tries to play the king, then we will simply take the pawn, and if he tries to push the pawn, then we will take the a2 pawn also. So black isn't completely zigzag. It's a winning for us. Let's say if we play this, we capture it, and now this position is completely winning. If it comes here, just play the bishop here, and it's completely winning for white only.